specific viburnum, lentago, also known as nannyberry, have these very specific, unique buds with the very long, skinny buds. Viburnums can be coppiced in late March, which is cutting them down to the ground. This helps rejuvenate deciduous shrubs. If I were to copy this viburnum now, I would be cutting low here, right underneath the ground layer. Today I will be doing a thinning prune, which I will be keeping the main overall shape of this viburnum, but I'll be reducing a lot of the wood to allow more airflow inside of the shrub, but keeping the overall shape. Before starting a pruning session, it is important to have all the PPEs appropriate for this task. Today, I'll be wearing safety glasses, gloves, and CSA approved steel toe boots. It is important to have the right tools to prune. Today, I'll be using secateurs, loppers, and a pruning saw. All these tools are sharpened and sterilized before beginning at this job site working on this nannyberry to reduce disease spread and to create a clean, sharp cut. This is to reduce the spread of diseases, and clean cuts heal fast and quick with the overall goal of stress reduction. For the best healing after a cut, it needs to be right at the growth collar without getting into the growth collar. This is where the growth hormones are. Before making the first cut, it is important to know the don'ts. Don't open old wounds. Don't use tree paint. Don't leave stubs. And don't remove more than 25% of the overall plant. When first approaching a pruning job, I first look for the 3 Ds to remove, which are dead, diseased, and damaged wood. Secondly, I look for any interfering wood, like branches rubbing against each other like here, causing damage on this branch. I also look for interfering or branches growing in potentially the wrong direction. And lastly, I take in the overall aesthetic of the plant. It is important to keep in mind that pruning is for the future and not today. So my first initial cut will be this larger branch here for multiple reasons. 1, it is already damaged, and 2, it is rubbing against this other main branch, causing damage on both ones. I will start my cut closest to the ground because I don't want this branch to grow. I'll be using my loppers for this cut, putting the big blade towards the big wood. And here it's a little bit of a difficult cut, so I'll be cutting above the desired place and then using my saw or secateurs to trim a perfect cut. Keeping the blade out of the ground while I'm not using it, I remove the cut piece gently to reduce any damage made to the other branches. You don't want to leave any stumps, therefore I'm going to be going back in, trying to bring the cut down low. So we're going to reduce this stump down to the lower growth collar underneath the ground. I'm going to be using my saw, making sure that the blade does not go into the ground to keep it sharp. These 2 branches are dead wood, so I'm going to be removing them. Again, keeping a line with the growth hormone without going in it, making a clean, sharp cut. Here, I'll be cutting this branch to make sure that these 2 little branches remain. I will be removing this small branch because of the rubbing and interference it's causing. So again, keeping my big blade against the big wood, coming in with a nice straight, clean cut. coming in to clean it up. And that's a nice cut, keeping the growth collar, but not cutting into it. It is important at any job to make sure your job site is clean to reduce any risk of trips and falls. This is why I've kept my branches that I've cut off to the side, reducing trip hazards and whatnot around my work site. And now I'm going around and picking up all the branches to make it a clean, professional finish. So here we have my pruned viburnum lentago, also known as Nannyberry. I've made sure to not take off more than 25% of the shrub, kept all cuts clean towards the growth collar, and here we have it, a nice pruned viburnum. Smash the subscribe button now!